From a popular cultural standpoint, the electric guitar is the most important invention of the 20th century. More than any other instrument, it defines the tone and characteristics of rock and roll music. If you have ever compared an electric guitar to an acoustic guitar, there are several things in common. Both generally have six strings, they both tune those strings with tuning pegs, and then there's a long neck and frets on it. Down at the body end is where the major differences are found. In contrast to hollow resonating cavity in the acoustic guitar, electric guitars have solid bodies and the sound is produced using electromagnetic principle. So let's get into the sound producing mechanism of electric guitars. Also, let us rotate it to get a better view. Aside from the string part, the sound is produced by two more elements. First is pickups, that is magnets, which are not distinctly visible, and this part interacts with the strings. And second are the knobs, which are responsible for special enhancement filters, and thus these knobs act as a control over the filters. Let's look closely on the pickup portion. If we cut and take it out vertically, then we can see a coil wound over an insulating enclosure. The enclosure here is shown without the coils, and we can see the six magnets embedded in it. Now let's see how it happens by observing one of the magnets more closely. Each magnet has a north and a south pole. There is a coil going around this. In front of magnets lies a string, and from our perspective the guitar string is sliced and would appear like that. When the string is nearby the magnets, the string becomes magnetized due to the ferromagnetic property of its material. Now, we wish to employ the motion of the string to induce the voltage on its terminals. So, if you hit the string will shake back and forth, in turn will change the amount of flux going through the coil, resulting in EMF induced in the coils. So the coil is spitting a voltage function that is sometimes big or sometimes small depending upon the velocity of the vibrating string. So we are probably going to get a graph that's kind of this, and the frequency would be the frequency of the vibrating string. So the information about the how the guitar string is vibrating is carried in its induced voltage. Now you can send it around, but then we send the signals from the guitar to pedals that enhances the signal, and then we amplify the signal through an amplifier to be able to play on speakers. This shows in general electromagnetic speakers which has a stationary permanent magnet shown in red and a movable voice coil shown in yellow and a diaphragm attached to the voice coil shown in black. So when an amplified signal is applied on the coil, it get it gets magnetized and faces an electromagnetic force from the permanent magnet, which results in a high intensity vibration on the diaphragm attached, and this is in turn heard by us as music. So that was all about the electric guitar. You may or may not be a good guitarist, but I bet you can be a good guitar engineer.